innovation, resilience, agility. It's how Michigan businesses continue to work together to make a difference now and shape the future. Join us and make your mark where it matters. Visit michiganbusiness.org/radio.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Tiffany Haddish says that she gets a lot of direct messages from guys showing her their junk. And Vicky knows this one. Boy, wow. It's...
She just keeps her direct message thing open for random people to send her stuff.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. Why would you... Well, I mean, on Facebook, you can't direct message anybody.
Oh, yeah, I'm just thinking about Instagram and Twitter. But, I mean, I know, we talked about her, Jordan Gray. She's a wrestler in the independent scene, and she put out that book, DMs from Fans, or whatever it's called. And it's all these weird, creepy dudes, wrestling fans, sending her just messed up stuff on the direct messages, and people are like, well, why are your DMs open? She's like, well, that's how a lot of promoters reach out to me, so I have to keep it open so that they can reach at me and get a hold of me.
Yeah.
And now on the flip side, it's also giving me content because I've put out a book, and I'm going to put out another book about it.
Tiffany Haddish says she's going to make a coffee table book out of all these D pics that she gets.
Wow.
Which is awesome.
I only check my DMs once a month, and so I just checked it last night, and there's a whole bunch of dudes that slid in there. Not really my type. A lot of D pics I wasn't expecting to get, but, we'll make a coffee table book out of that. They gonna learn their lesson. Don't be just sending your thing all around willy-nilly. It'll be the best coffee table book you ever, because I'm gonna do a little article for each pic. See, give my point of view.
I wonder, if they freely send those pictures, because I think it's a great idea. Mm-hmm. I wonder if she can do that. I mean,
she stole my idea. That's what I was going to do.
You can still do it. I mean, I think the world could use more coffee table books of dongs.
Yeah.
I agree, actually.
Yeah,
maybe.
Vicky B's D book.
Ooh, I like that.
How about that?
Well, you guys could collaborate together.
I like this, too. I don't know. I mean, she probably gets a lot more than I do, though.
Yeah.
You get a lot.
Until now when you just said that.
Yeah, really, I mean, honestly, I guess Tiffany would get a lot too, but Vicky, you've got, are you in the hundreds yet, or are you still in like the 50s? Have you crossed
I've actually
the 50
honestly
mark?
stopped checking my messages. So if you message me asking or wanting to know any information, I've just stopped checking altogether.
But your coffee table book, man.
Yeah, it gets real creepy, and some of them get a little too personal.
Oh, yeah.
They get all offended that I don't reply to them.
Quick public service announcement. I mean, I get it. If someone's going to reach out to you and ask you out, and I think that's whatever. I mean, that's this is a way for them to do it. But if you turn them down, don't get all butthurt and be a jerk then after the fact. Like, you were cool enough to ask out, but the minute that you didn't want to go out with them, all of a sudden you're not cool. And it just seems kind of ridiculous, because you show me some of those messages from people, and they'll send like a kind of a weird proposal to go out, and Vicky's like, no, I'm not interested, but thanks a lot. And then she's like, well, why? You sound weird, man. Give it up.
Yeah, I got a new thing I'm doing, Steve, based on this. You finally turned me.
Uh-oh.
I am deleting all the BS.
Nice.
If I see anybody being mean online, like on our Facebook page or anything else like that, they're gone. I'm deleting their stuff.
Good. I've been doing that too.
Good job, man. And that's the new rule of this show. I don't understand why, like Steve said, if somebody doesn't want to be with you, that doesn't mean you got to go be mean to somebody. Go find somebody that wants to be with you.
Right.
Use your energy that way. And if you don't like our show or like somebody on our show, there's other ways to entertain yourself. It's 2018. We are not the only form of entertainment to the point where you go, you're not doing it the way I want. There's nothing I can do, so I'm going to rail on everybody.
Or just offer them, their money back for this entertainment.
That's right. Maybe I'll send them D-pics.
Oh, thaty be funny. This is what I think of you. Yeah. And have them be all flaccid ones.
Oh, well, that's
more insulting.
No. That won't be difficult. Steve, I can get that done for you, buddy.
No, but I mean, if somebody puts crap on your wall or on whatever, you have there's no no law that makes you have to keep it up there. If it's something that's continuing to spew negativity, you're just like, I don't even want to see
It's really
this.
mean. It's like a personal attack.
Yep.
You know, and it's like, you don't need to go and be mean to somebody. I don't have to have that on my wall. You know,
Right.
I didn't tell you to join. You don't have to listen to this show, and I don't have to look at your crap on my Facebook wall.
I think it was CM Punk, the wrestler, turned a UFC fighter for a second. But, he posted something because he would block people all the time on Twitter. And people are like, why are you doing all that? He's like, my Twitter, I view it almost like my home. If I don't want to hear the outside noise, I close the window. And I have every right to do that if I want to.
Yeah. I'm 100% behind him on that. That's why they have those features. That's why I get to delete. I love it.
Delete.
And then, that's the way to beat a troll. You go, all right, troll, guess what? I'm not going to read it. Peace out.
I just never, more often than not, unless there's something where I feel like I need to respond because there's something that they might not be handling it the proper way, but there's something that they, I'm like, okay, let me give this guy a reply. But if someone's just being a complete and utter D, I don't even reply because that's what they want is some kind of response.
Yeah.
And why give them what they want? They're not being cool.
So that's why, you know what, Steve, you taught me. That's why they get deleted. I don't reply and their comment deleted.
They don't deserve your reply.
Yeah, they don't deserve anything. You know what they deserve?
What?
Well, old school justice. How we did it in the Old West, Steve.
And that, back in the Old West, they used to delete Facebook comments.
That's what they did all the time in the Old West. Yeah, right. They called it tumbleweeding, I think is what they called it back then.
I believe Abraham Lincoln is the first to tell people how to do it.
That's Abe Lincoln, honest Abe. He was honest about it.
Yeah. He says, when in doubt, delete those people from your social media accounts.
Got a new survey. Get this, because, of course, it's Halloween today. You guys...
it's Halloween?
Yeah, no one's going to come to my house again today. I think I might be the 5th or 6th year in a row, no visitors.
Whoa. See, I usually have plans on Wednesday nights doing stuff, and I cancel them because Halloween was on the Wednesday.
You get a lot of folks.
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't do that to my wife. Leave her alone to handle the onslaught that is all the children that show up at our house wanting candy.
If you lived in my neighborhood, it wouldn't be a problem.
Man, it's the best time.
I got kids that live next to me. There are 2 little kids that live next to me.
They don't even come over?
They don't even come over. There's nobody there. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. Is it me?
What did you do to them?
I don't know.
Do you have any Halloween decorations on your house?
Well, we have, not on the house itself, but if you go around the corner, you'll see 2 pumpkins that have been carved, and I have Halloween decorations in the house.
Oh, we got a little Frankenstein scarecrow.
You think that's what it is? If I don't have
ghosts hanging where usually the potted plants would hang.
Oh, I have the light on, and
you got a pumpkin light.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I got stuff all over the house. In the house, it's decorated like a son of a gun. But if you invite little kids in your house, I think that's frowned upon.
Well, in our neighborhood, sometimes kids just barge in and just walk into our house.
I know. I love that.
That cracks me up.
Love that when kids do that.
You open the door and you can just see the look on the poor parents. They're just like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
And the kid just beeline straight into your home.
It's so great.
I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to get.
Yeah.
But the candy's in our hand.
Kid knows, where's the good silver, kid? My parents told me to go for the good silver. Well, according to the survey, 86% of parents will steal candy from their children's Halloween stash. That's awesome, man. You know what? I'm surprised it's 86%. Are the other 14 lying? Really? They're lying, aren't they?
Dude, how about this person? Last year we got 120 kids. We keep tally. Wow. Oh, I should get one of those baseball clicker thingies.
See, that's the...
For the nightclubs. The nightclubs then.
Yeah. Definitely, dude.
I'm going to try and keep tally this year.
Oh, I can help you out with mine.
0.
I don't know. I'm starting to think it's me.
Put up something fun and Halloween and festive on the outside.
So I got to put something on the outside.
A Halloween wreath.
Well, I mean, see, that's the thing. Our door is hidden around the corner from the garage, so I got to put something.
Spray paint on your garage door and just say "Kids Welcome."
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Should I get a white van and park it outside the yard?
Do it in
free candy,
bro. If you do it in orange spray paint, people know it's not creepy.
Okay, good. If it's orange spray, okay, very good.
Or you could just sit outside of your house on a chair with a bowl of candy.
Oh, yeah. Well,
just hand it out.
But see, I want to be like that scarecrow looking thing where they're not sure if it's a decoration or if you're really real. And then you go, ah!
Oh, okay. Well, you are old enough. It kind of just looks that way.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, well, you guys are really helping me out. Thanks, man. The average candy snatching parent devours about a fourth of their child's total Halloween haul.
It's keeping the kids healthy, man.
That's a good point.
It's not good for their teeth, after all.
Of course not. They're I'm the one that goes to the dentist regularly. I can handle all that.
D. Ted Smith was telling me yesterday that he read something. I don't know where it is, so I'm just sourcing D. Ted Smith on this one. But it says if you're going to eat a bunch of candy, do it all in one night. It's better for your teeth than eating a bunch of candy throughout the week.
Oh, I've already failed at that. Damn it.
One person said we got 388 kids last year.
What?
Oh,
see, that's why I'm getting nobody. They're hogging all the kids.
One person says, my parents get over 1,000 trick-or-treaters.
Okay.
How much are you spending on candy?
That's insane. If you're getting 1,000 pieces of candy, you've got to be getting, 10 bags at least, right?
I don't know if we're tipping, I don't know if we're going over 100, maybe.
Wow, 1,000?
1,000?
See, again, there's a place called the Lakes on Mercer Island, and that's where everyone knows where the fancy people live with their fancy full-size candy bars. And I think that's where everybody goes, or they go to the mall. And therefore, my little neighborhood, which is a small little place anyway, we got no shot. We can't compete with the big boys, Steve. That's the problem. I get nice candy, but I can't compete with the big boys.
How about the person, when I lived in a gated community in Spanaway, we had over 300 trick-or-treaters. I didn't count kids. I counted candy, and we gave 2 pieces each. We spent a lot of money on candy. From Sarah. That's 600 pieces. Is that right?
Yeah. Good job, buddy.
Nice, man.
Yeah, there you go. Turns out that, kids aren't the only one digging this holiday. 40% of people, adults, say, they love Halloween. Everyone, for Danny.
Yeah. I love Halloween, man. It's fun.
It is really fun. The best day of the year.
Yeah. When the kids.
Everyone's in a good mood.
Come to your door.
People are all hopped up on sugar.
Yeah.
It gives you an excuse to order pumpkin pizza.
Pumpkin pizza?
Yeah, Papa Murphy's. They have jack-o'-lantern shaped pizzas.
Oh, so it's just regular pizza, but it looks like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, we've gone too far if we're getting pumpkin-flavored pizza.
Yeah. Yeah. Pumpkin spice pizza. It's brand new. Check it out.
One texter says, we get 1 million kids. It's true.
Oh, all right.
I believe you.
Yeah. And the reason a lot of these adults like Halloween is because you can eat all the candy you want for one day. Mm-hmm. So that's and it is true. I mean, nobody is going to shame you because the candy is everywhere. I mean, we're having a party here at the station. Mm-hmm. The building's having a party. So there's just candy everywhere. But and even though I will tell you this right now, I'm a little mad at Danny.
Why?
Well, because he brought treats, which I know are for the party.
Okay, what kind of treats?
Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah.
Are they with like orange and black?
They have Reese's Pieces on them.
Yeah. And no samples for the morning show. Like, you think he would have brought a little extra for us to have before he won't let anybody have any until the party.
But really, you really should.
No, they are for
Danny,
the party.
You're working with us every day.
But we're part of the party.
I know.
We are the party.
Well, it doesn't start till 12.
I'm hungry. And I don't want to go to the office because that means I have to walk in my silly cowboy outfit through the building.
Well, but you have to. You have to be part of the costume contest. I helped set it up.
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be at the party, so that's not a problem. The problem is
we got to make sure they're not poisoned before we give them out to the rest of the staff.
That's right, man. We don't want a Game of Thrones Joffrey situation. We need to test them out for people.
I don't know what that means, but I agree with BJ.
Yeah, it means that the guy got poisoned.
Not until noon. Sorry.
He's such a douche.
What? That is a douche move.
No, it's not.
Wait, they're in the refrigerator?
Yeah.
So why don't we just take them?
I love this plan.
Wow. Who's he going to stop?
I needed to have. Look, I needed more than just if you and I make that decision, then I think we have the controlling interest in this show. We get to do it, right?
We'll get Johnny from the Cobra Kai to sweep the leg.
Okay.
And we'll be fine. Daniel's son will not be able to stop us.
I am the Karate Kid.
You will not be able to stop us.
Yeah, good luck. Go play with your bonsai. We're going to go eat your Krispy treats.
No.
Flag that.
So I said, Steve, are you going to wear your cowboy costume when kids come to your house? That might be weird, but funny. Yeah, I'm not going to be wearing this.
You're not going to wear that?
No, it's not comfortable. I can't sit in this.
Plus the MK is the problem.
Yes.
Yeah, because the kids are going to be at that length, at that height.
Right. I don't want to be the Marina Moose for Halloween.
No, you don't want them to see that. They'll be like, what did you get for Christmas? Traumatized for Halloween. I got traumatized for Halloween. That's what I got.
So it says, first no scones, now no delicious treats. Danny needs to be fired.
I agree. I forgot all about the scone controversy. This was your chance to make that up.
No.
What a dork. Well,
I hope Good Charlotte cancels their show.
I bet if our name
was... Steve, you had to go there.
Yeah, me too. I bet if our name was Lily, he'd give it to us.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
No, but she doesn't like chocolate, so it's good.
Yeah, whatever.
They're Reese's peanut butter cups?
Yeah.
No, the little pieces.
Oh, those are delicious.
The pieces. I'll give you a feces for your pieces, you jerk. I'm mad about this.
Wow. Now I'm not hungry.
All right, I got to tell you about this game, Red Dead Redemption 2, which is made by the guys that make Grand Theft Auto.
I've never even heard of Red Dead Redemption 1.
You try to say that 3 times fast.
But I see everybody and my friends are posting pictures. One of my buddies, Billy the Fridge, he just bought the entire PlayStation set because he wanted to play this game so bad.
Let me put this in perspective. It's basically it's got a Western theme. Rev was telling me about it in the hall.
I'm a cowboy.
He can't wait to go get this game today. So it's already out. Okay. Mm-hmm. Avengers Infinity War. It grossed $640 million in its opening weekend earlier this year, okay? Which is considered amazing. This is how amazing the video game world is. This is a game you haven't even heard of, Steve.
Well, I heard of it because everyone's talking about it, but I never knew about the original.
Nothing, yeah. How about this? It's made $725 million worldwide. It's a video game. Red Dead Redemption 2. Unbelievable.
Well, to be fair, a movie ticket costs $10 and a game costs $60, $70.
All right, that's a solid point, but it's still a ton of money.
Yeah, that's still a lot of money. Good for them.
Ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How well did the first one do? I would imagine it had to have done pretty well for people to get.
It did really, really well. I don't know the numbers on it offhand, but it was one of the more popular Rockstar games, on par with GTA.
Wow.
And I loved it. I played so much out of it. It's one of those ones where I set out to try to get the 100% completion stuff, and I got pretty close, but it was just so much fun.
Is this texture right saying it's Grand Theft Auto on horses?
Yes. Basically, yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And the immersion in it, like the reality of it, like how real it feels when you're doing stuff. Like animals will just go around and like run around and, a bear will be fighting wolves off in the distance. And it's just so cool.
Yeah.
I consider doing what your buddy did, buying a PlayStation 4 specifically for this game.
I'm actually thinking about it too.
Yeah.
Wow.
How about that? I say, why not, guys?
Dude, that's insane that a game is that popular. You'd be willing to buy the entire game system.
Well, and that's just like back in the day when, people were willing to go to a certain phone company, get an iPhone. That's why they do this. The cross-platform, that's what people are hoping someday, that all the games will be cross-platform. But right now, companies are trying to basically tie their platform into one particular super popular game. Like Halo, of course, made everybody want to get Xbox. They were just like, I got to get Xbox if I want to play Halo.
And they're making a Red Dead Redemption style box for the PS4. I would imagine the game, the system itself must have that kind of vibe as well. Yeah, because there's my buddy Billy in the fridge saying this game better be as good as you all say it is. And then someone says once you get past the 3-hour prologue, the fun begins.
Yeah,
it takes a bit to get used to, but there's many details. It's effing brilliant.
Someone was telling me that it's about like the first 10 hours are a little slow of gameplay. It's got 60 hours worth of gameplay, and that's it. Not if you go completely nuts.
Wow. So this is for stoners.
This is absolutely for stoners.
Dude,
that's great though.
The first game budgeted $80 million to $100 million to make the game, the first one.
When you're selling $725, yeah,
and that was just the first one. And I found one that kind of has an idea of between manpower, hours and everything, because they had 1,000 people working on this. They think it was about $944 million to make.
Yeah, still GTA 5, still one of the big record breakers because they made $1 billion in their first 3 days when GTA 5 came out.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I've known this about the video game world for years, because I'm one of the first early adopters with video games back when they came out, and I'm playing all the Leisure Suit Larrys and all that stuff, and it's just amazing what the industry's become and how much cash it makes in the esports world. I forget who it was, but there's a radio company that's now broadcasting esports. I mean, they've decided, they're all in.
They're doing play-by-play of electronic sports on the radio.
They're doing a radio show all about it, and it's just insane. Yeah, it's video gaming, man.
I'm sure at some point many years ago, someone's like, why would you want to listen to someone do the play-by-play of a baseball game?
Oh, definitely.
Right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And what do we say about people going, who would ever want to watch poker being played?
Yeah.
And that went crazy.
No, I remember. I had to correct myself. At first, I always thought, I was just like, this is stupid. Why would you want to watch someone playing a video game? And then a lot of people were all up in arms about it, like, oh, that's ignorant, blah, blah, blah. And at first I thought this is stupid. And then, the more you talk to people, you realize, oh, yeah, I guess it is no different than me watching a hockey game.
You're right, dude. And it was so stupid. Twitch gets bought by Amazon. I mean, it's just like, okay, great for everybody involved. And of course I wasn't. I'm like you, Steve. I had all these great ideas about tech. I never did anything with it.
Right.
And I'm like you, with the boober Uber. All right, I have a question for you. What happens when someone goes on social media to complain about not having a Halloween costume? Yeah, another edition of Facebook Drama. You're going to hear it at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Now it's time for Facebook Drama.
And BJ, once again, this is our opportunity to point out the morons that are on Facebook. This is an actual Facebook post. The drama unfolds because of it. And of course, we are going to act it out. So this time around, BJ, you'll be the original poster. You will be Mary.
Yeah, buddy.
Vicky, you will be Tamara.
Woo, I thought it was Tamara.
Or Tamara.
Tamara.
However you want to be. Tamara. Rev, you'll be Vanessa.
Sweet.
And I'll be Barry.
Barry. Hey, Barry.
Hi, Barry.
All right, so Mary is the original poster, so BJ, please take it away.
I can't believe it's already Halloween and I still don't have a costume. Taking suggestions ASAP.
Ooh, girl. You screwed.
Why don't you just go as what you already are, a hoe?
Why would you say that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you've hooked up with every dude we know this year. Maybe that's why your year seems to be going so fast.
Hey, just because your ex and I hooked up doesn't mean that I'm a hoe.
Oh, snap. This just got interesting.
She hasn't hooked up with every dude you guys know. She still hasn't hooked up with me yet. LOL. Hashtag hit me up.
You effed Jim and we were still together, and then you effed his best friend, his brother, and his cousin.
So what? I am open with my sex life, and they are all cute. Doesn't make me a hoe, though.
That pretty much defines a hoe.
You hooked up with Jim's brother and not me? I'm cuter. WTF.
Barry, you sound desperate and sad. Plus, no guy should refer to themselves as cute. Hashtag loser.
Sorry, but I'm going to have to agree with Vanessa on this one. You should probably go as a hoe. Hashtag hoe for show.
Hashtag hoe for show.
Whatever! You bitches are just jealous, especially now that I'm going as a sexy unicorn. Ha ha! ...
What?
I think Barry should have offered to be NPH for that sexy unicorn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's right.
Barry's got to work on his game.
He really does, because he's much cuter than the brother, and yet he didn't get any action. You know, you got to work on the game. Oh, I got to love Mary. Mary's my kind of girl.
Is she?
Yeah.
Loose?
Yeah. It's the only shot I have, Steve. The loose girls are the only shot I have.
Nice.
I don't know if you heard this news. William Daniels, you may not know that actor's name, but you know who he played. Mr. Feeney on Boy Meets World.
Yes.
He also voiced Kit on the original Knight Rider, which I
didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. He's the original Kit, Mr. Feeney.
Michael.
Love this guy. Now he's even cooler. He's also 91 years old. And how about this? At 91, Mr. Feeney has still got it. He stopped a burglary at his home in California. Happened on Saturday night. William was home with his wife. She's 89. And around 9:30, an intruder forced their way into the back door. William heard this, started running around the house, turning all the lights on. Apparently, the intruder thought that nobody was home, possibly because the house was quiet and dark. And apparently, William, like that whole thing, spooked the intruder. He's like, I'm out.
They don't mess with Mr. Feeney. He didn't even step down to Vader back in the day.
Exactly.
Big Van Vader was no match for Mr. Feeney.
So that's the thing. He probably looked. As soon as the lights came on, he thought, "Oh, that's Mr. Feeney. I'm out." Yeah. And so Mr. Feeney and his wife are fine, but I guess they're going to beef up their home security system. They realize, okay, we need a little help over here. Yeah, you're Mr. Feeney. I mean, come on. You better have enough cash that you get yourself a good security system.
You were 94?
Damn, dude.
91.
91, sorry.
Yeah, see, that's 3 years different.
He's looking old.
He kind of has a Stan Lee look to him.
Yeah, he does. It's the glasses.
He's looking old. You know why, Vicky?
He is old.
Yeah, exactly.
In my head, he'll always be Mr. Feeney.
I know. He was actually, wasn't he kind of really old on the show when you think about it?
But he will always be like that age. It's just like...
Yeah, he's 90-something. He's really old, yeah.
Yeah, like the minute Vanna White stops looking like Vanna White, that's going to be a trip. You know what I mean? Because she still has a youthful look, but there's going to come a moment where I think it's going to finally snap, and you're like, wow, Vanna White,
She's in her 60s, but I'll tell you, you look at Jane Fonda. Jane Fonda still, look, she doesn't look like she did in the Barbarella days, but Jane Fonda does not look her age.
No.
So I feel like Vanna, as long as she continues to go to the body shop and, whatever, gets the spackle or whatever the hell she's doing, she shouldn't, it's usually when somebody leaves the acting profession for a while and then you see him a couple years later,
Well, Jane Fonda looks great.
80 years old.
She's 80.
Yeah,
She's 80.
That's what I'm saying. And
nice curves for 80,
right?
Oh, dude! I mean, and she does a great job in that the Grace and Frankie show.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's a network. It's a Netflix show. 3 years. Her and Lily Tomlin are on there.
Oh, it's awesome. It's
very popular.
It's a couple, and they end up breaking up with their wives so they can be together as a gay couple.
Okay.
And the wives don't get along with each other, and they have to live together, and hilarity ensues.
And one of the gay fathers of all people, it's still hard because of just he's so stereotyped in all the roles he's played, is Martin Sheen, Charlie's dad. He's one of the gay fathers, and my brain can't wrap it around there because he's just always been Mr. Tough Guy actor, everything I've ever seen him in.
Right.
But they do a good job, and Jane Fonda, Vicky, you watch the show too.
Yeah, it's a really good show, and she looks really good.
It's amazing. She even went to the club one time in one episode and got all dressed up and got all made up to go to the club, and I was like, okay, Jane Fonda, I'm going to the club with you. She looked amazing in that episode. And again, 80 years old.
What if the guy was a Boy Meets World fan and he got in there and he's just like, oh, crap. Yeah. I can't steal from Mr. Feeney.
Yeah, exactly. You're probably right. He probably was like, are you? Oh. Yeah, I think I would probably have to end my thieving ways if it's Mr. Feeney.
Like, sorry, Mr. Feeney. Do you have Topanga's number?
That's what I'd be looking for, yeah. All right. I don't know if you knew this. I didn't know this. I mean, the way the season 1 ended for the show Stranger Things, and Steve, and did you watch both seasons, Steve?
It's just season 1. I haven't gotten around to season 2 yet.
Okay, so
I haven't had any interest to get around to season 2 yet. I don't know why, but it just hasn't made me. I'm sure I'll get to it eventually, but
it's funny. It's been a year since season 2 because I believe they released it Halloween last year, right?
Wow, so I'm a little bit behind schedule.
You're a tad behind.
I love season 1,
but you remember how season 1 ended? Spoiler alert: season 1 ended where we didn't know what happened to 11,
right?
And it turns out that they were thinking of actually killing that character off.
Kind of like Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Same
thing.
Yeah, and of course she was so super popular. Another character they were thinking of killing off, and you definitely wouldn't have minded early on in the episodes, was Steve, the boyfriend of Mikey's sister.
Yes.
Yeah. Because Steve came off as kind of like, okay, they always got to make the boyfriend look like a jerk so she can cheat on him, or vice versa when they do a show.
Right.
But I love the turn they took with Steve. They made Steve actually be a really cool guy, and for Dustin, he ended up he's become kind of like a mentor for the kid and a big brother. And so Steve and 11 became very popular on the show, and they're like, I guess we can't kill these guys off. The only one that got killed off is poor Barb. Poor damn Barb, she's gone.
And some other people in season 2. No, she's season 1.
Oh, I don't remember.
You remember Barb,
she's the
girl,
redhead
the swimming
with
pool girl? That she got taken to the upside down. Oh, dude, because I don't
remember what I watched this week.
Oh, there was so many memes. I mean, poor Barb didn't. Everybody else survives, but poor Barb, she's just done.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, she's
farewell.
She didn't make it. Yeah, she done. So that's the two characters were pretty much meant to die, but because of how popular they became, and they realized, okay, we gotta.
I think it's cool when shows recognize when something is popular, not to be like, oh well, the original plan was to do this, so we're sticking with that original plan. I think it's good when they call those audibles, because if they didn't, you wouldn't have her on the show, or like I mentioned, Jesse from Breaking Bad. I can't even imagine Breaking Bad without Jesse.
I know, isn't that insane?
And he was supposed to be done after the first season.
Yeah, insane. Just really, you're right. You're absolutely right. Some of these characters that were never planned to stay as long as they did. I got another, by the way. You didn't watch this show, Steve. Would you look up Sabrina, the new Netflix show, and tell me who the actress is?
Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Yeah.
I watch that all the time.
On Netflix? Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. The original.
Well, they've made the Archie show, like they've done Riverdale on CW and made that all hip and crazy. And now they've got that same universe, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but she's like, it's a darker show on Netflix.
This show is called Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, as opposed to Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
But also they call it like Sabrina the Adult Bitch.
Well, you get this. You're gonna, for the folks that watch Mad Men, you're gonna feel 102 years old, because the star playing Sabrina was Don Draper's little daughter, who was, I think we met her as a toddler on that show. What's the actress's name?
Kiernan Shipka.
Yeah, and
watch your mouth.
I couldn't. It's like Chloe Moritz Grace. When you see her, who played Hit Girl on Kick-Ass, and you see her as an adult in these movies, and now here's this other little girl that we remember, and now here she is, and she's in her teens, and she's probably going to become a new It Girl actress playing the role of Sabrina. And it's like, I feel old. I'm like, my God, that was that little girl. That's Don Draper's little kid, and now she's an adult almost. Jeez, where the hell is the time going?
I can't believe they didn't have Melissa Joan Hart come back.
Yeah, I think probably she's a little long in the tooth for him.
Dude, she still looks great.
I'm not saying she doesn't, but I mean, if you're a teenage witch, you got to look like a teenager.
Although apparently they have a video of members of the original show watching the chilling adventures of Sabrina and getting their reaction of it, which is kind of cool. And Melissa Joan Hart says, I'm not letting my kids watch this, so they'll probably like it better. And then, what's her name? Caroline Ray.
Oh, yeah.
In studio. Super nice person. She says it's terrifying, this show. It's really scary. I don't think I could watch it alone.
Yeah, this
is not our Sabrina.
Yeah, they're definitely take it down to the, like, hey, here's the real deal witchy. Let's make it, really chilling.
I also heard it's pretty terrible, too.
I haven't watched it.
A lot of people that have watched it are saying this is not that great.
Oh, no. I like her as an actress when she was a little kid, anyway. Oh, that sucks that she's not doing a good job. Oh, well. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I wonder if they're going to do that more, where they're going to take a fun, sitcom-y type thing and turn it into something more serious.
Well, how about they do a live-action Scooby-Doo and make it all crazy like that? That's the next thing.
Small Wonder, but now Vicky the Robot just kills people.
Back under your robot, or robots are going to take over everything.
Well, they are, Rev, and they might as well just get ready for it by watching Small Wonder.
We are the only radio show in the history of this business that talks about the show Small Wonder. I want you to know that right now.
I have a quota once a month.
I believe it.
I'm looking at Rotten Tomatoes for TV series, and apparently Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, the first season's getting 89%.
89?
Yeah, certified fresh.
So maybe, you know what, Danny, the people are hating this show are just because they're old Sabrina fans.
Very possible.
Or maybe Danny's friends are just stupid.
Wow.
I think both are possible, actually.
And until he gives us Rice Krispie treats, I will not take back that statement.
That's fine. You're not getting any.
All your friends suck.
It escalated. It went from stupid to suck in less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, you tell your friend Russell Wilson. He's dead to me.
Yeah.
I don't even know him, but I only remember his name because of his name.
I'll let him know. It's not the real Russell Wilson, by the way. It's just a fake one.
No, it pisses me off all the time because whenever Danny posts something from the KSW Facebook or BJ Makes Facebook page, I'll see a notification. It'll say, Russell Wilson likes your post, and I get kind of excited for a second. I'm like, no way.
Go Hawks.
And then I look, and it's not Russell Wilson. It looks nothing like Russell Wilson.
No, it's Danny's other Wilson friend.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. Well, yesterday...
You should block him so he can stop getting me excited.
Yeah, you really should. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right, but you know what? You can only take 3 guesses. Steve took more than that.
How many colors were there in the first boxes of Crayola crayons sold in 1903? 12. No.
11.
No. 10. No. 5. No.
4.
No.
6.
No.
9.
No.
Wow.
There's a bunch of numbers you can still try.
8.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Ding. Got it.
Hey, that's amazing.
Nailed it.
Wow, it's amazing how you did that.
You doubt me.
I keep looking at you. I just can't get over your costume. You've got it, folks. Where can they go to see pictures of this? You dressing up as your 4-year-old cowboy outfit kid that your parents got you, and you recreated it as an adult.
Just Google "sexy cowboy" and it'll show up on your feed.
Oh, really? It is unbelievable.
It's all over our social networks.
You told me it would make my day how you dressed up, and then you just showed up with a onesie, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle onesie, and I'm like...
to throw you off the path.
And I tried to be nice about it. Did you notice?
No, I knew. I could see it in your eyes that you thought I was stupid.
I did. I thought
you were looking me up and down. You saw me wearing brown boots or shoes.
But it does fit your MO of going, hey, you're going to like this, BJ. And it's like, oh, look what he did. He thinks I'm liking this. Okay,
right. He thinks I like the Ninja Turtles that much.
Yeah, and I really don't. But okay, I'm not going to burst your bubble. But then, that was covering up the real outfit. You're recreating 4-year-old Steve's cowboy outfit that your parents, which I always talk about. I love that outfit. The oldest picture I've ever seen of you.
That's why I knew you would love it, because you always reference me in this stupid cowboy outfit that my mom put me in when I was 4 years old.
I just love it.
With a red polo shirt, overalls, but they're short overalls.
Yep.
High white socks, brown shoes, gun in a holster with the belt, and a stupid red cowboy hat.
And you've got the whole thing recreated as an adult, and you look amazing.
Thank you.
You really, I'm not a fan of Halloween. I think people getting dressed up in costume just affect productivity in a negative way. You know me and the whole story. But somehow you've turned me on the corner on this one. You've had me turn a corner.
Yes.
Greatest outfit ever. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, beat Miggs, right? We're talking about that?
Yep.
Okay.
Beat the cowboy.
Beat the cowboy.
It's going to be a draw.
Call in now if you want a shot at beating Cowboy Steve. 206-421-ROCK. Beat Miggs at 847.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Innovation, resilience, agility. It's how Michigan businesses continue to work together to make a difference now and shape the future. Join us and make your mark where it matters. Visit michiganbusiness.org/radio.